welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another vlog. If you guys are new to our channel, I'm Lon and we got some really exciting things going on our channel right now. My husband and I, we are expecting our very first child in February 2020, a sweet baby girl. So we have a lot of exciting things going on in our channel and would love for you to subscribe. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below just so that you can stay up to date on all of our upcoming videos. And if you are an HL family member, thanks so much for coming back and watching another video. So today I'm going to get into my 20-week bump date, which is so exciting because we are at the halfway point. I can't even believe that this pregnancy has gone by so fast like this, and I'm hoping that it just slows down just a little bit because we have so much that we still need to get done before baby girl arrives. So today I'm going to be going over weeks 14 through 20, and if you have not already watched my first trimester bump date, which were weeks I think 5 through 13, then I'll link it up here at the top just so you can get caught up. Go over there, watch that video, and then come right back on over. So weeks 14 through 20, I would say that I didn't have a lot of symptoms, but the symptoms that I did have were, I would just say, just crazy. So it's like few but mighty. So if you want to watch what pregnancy symptoms I've been experiencing so far in my second trimester, then just keep on watching. Alright, so as always, I have everything in my cell phone. I like to jot down everything that I'm experiencing just so that it's easier for me to talk to you guys. But then also, I think I'm gonna want to look back on this, you know, after I give birth and just see every single thing that I went through to like bring my child into this world. It's crazy. So let me go ahead and start out with week 14. Okay, so week 14, it seemed like after I transitioned from first trimester to second trimester, my appetite immediately picked up. It was like automatic. So during this time, I was finding that it was harder for me to stay full from lunch all the way until dinner. I didn't do anything different. I hadn't changed any of my habits or anything like that, but I was finding like I was either at work like eating my dinner much earlier, or I just needed like some type of pick-me-up in order to get me to dinner. So starting in week 14, I actually started incorporating a snack in between my lunch and my dinner meals, just because if I don't, I literally won't make it. I'll be like starving. So I like to do like a yogurt. You guys know I love the wheat yogurts. I'll have like a yogurt, or I'll have some fruit, or sometimes I'll pack a bigger lunch just so I can have a little bit like leftovers from my lunch for my snack. A granola bar, pretty much anything that's just like a little hearty that's going to stick to me a little bit, just so I can last through dinner. But that was the only symptom that I had in week 14. So moving on to week 15. Week 15 was pretty exciting, I guess you could say. So I was really happy because in week 15, that's when I started feeling okay enough to start taking my prenatals again. So as I told you guys in my previous video, my nausea was just so bad in that first trimester that I kind of stopped taking my prenatals because I just couldn't like take them down. They would I would like instantly gag and they would come right back up. So I was really excited to be able to take my prenatals again. But what I've done differently this time around is I'm taking my prenatals in the evening, or pretty much whenever I can stomach it outside of breakfast time. I think like breakfast in the early morning is just a little too early for me, a little too early for my stomach. So I take those at night now. But one of the not so great things that started in week 15 is I started getting migraines, and I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. I was not ready for that, and I would like wake up with them. I wouldn't go to sleep with them, but I would wake up and like the front of my head right here would just be pounding. And so I would try to give it time because I really didn't want to take any Tylenol or anything. So I would try to give it time to like go away, but it never goes away. So I had to take Tylenol at that time, which is okay to take. I just didn't want to take it if I didn't have to, but it seemed like every other day I was experiencing a migraine, and it just hurt so bad. It was so frustrating. It was so annoying because it's like your face is literally throbbing like in the front. So that was not so fun. Moving on to week 16, I don't have anything written down. So I do think that the migraines continue, but other than that, there were no new symptoms. So during week 17, I noticed that the hair on my body started to get darker and longer. So like if you ask Henry, he'll be like, oh, you don't really have any hair on your body, because like the hair that I do have on my body is very, it's like very fine, and it's like blonde, I guess. I don't know what color it is, but you can't really see it. But I was in Target one day and I looked down, and the hair on my legs was so dark and so like full and long. I was so disgusted. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to shave. That's the very first time that I noticed that. And on my stomach, so like the hair on my stomach, I just have to keep shaving it. And the hair on my legs, I have to just keep shaving it because it just keeps growing so fast and so thick. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if this keeps up, I'm probably gonna have to like get laser hair removal or something like that. I don't know, maybe it'll thin out after the baby is born, but I'm not used to having like visible hair on my legs. It disgusted me. I hate having hair. Like I just feel like as a woman, you should have like clean, like nice, smooth legs. And when I looked down and saw all that hair on my legs, I was just so disgusted. And I think that actually goes along with the hair under my underarms. I haven't noticed that it's any like thicker or darker, but I noticed that it's much longer, and it's harder for me to like keep up with the hair under my underarms. So just a pregnancy symptom to look out for. Maybe if you guys are experiencing the same thing, let me know in the comments below. All right, so moving on to week 18, that was another interesting week, because during week 18, I was noticing that my stomach was getting a little bit harder. So it was making it hard for me to like bend over. So before, I can't really explain it. Like before, my stomach was big and it was round, but it didn't have, like it wasn't tight. Now, or starting in week 18, it was definitely tighter, and like I most definitely cannot like bend at my waist and tie my shoe. I either need to put my foot up on something to tie my shoe, or I have to like squat like this and tie my shoe at the same time. So like the struggle is real, and I wasn't expecting that to start so soon. I thought that didn't start until like later on in pregnancy, but I guess it just kind of prepares me for what's to come as the baby gets bigger and as my stomach continues to grow. Yeah, I just wasn't expecting that whatsoever. But y'all, I cannot bend. It's a struggle. Okay, so starting in week 19, y'all, week 19 was another, like, all these changes are just so crazy, especially if you've never been pregnant before. Like, I would not expect these things to be going on with my body. So week 19, I noticed that my boobs are leaking. They're not leaking a lot, but I was in bed. It was, you know what? It was our anniversary. It was our anniversary, and we were in a hotel, and I had my robe on, and I felt like something like cold on my nipple area. So I'm like, what the heck is this? So I like looked down, and I couldn't catch it then. I didn't know what it was. So it happened on the right boob, and then I maybe like some time went past, and then the same thing happened on the left, but I was being mindful of it since it had already happened. So this time I didn't like have the robe covering me, so that way I could see what it was, because it felt like it was like a trickle. But I was like, I don't know, maybe there's something, I don't know. I was like, maybe there's like a wet spot inside of the robe. I don't know, y'all. So then the same thing happened on my left side, and so that time I like wiped it with the back of my hand so that I could see if my hand was wet, and it was. I was through. Okay, so then once that happened a couple of more times, I googled it, and I was like, pregnant women boobs leaking, and apparently it's colostrum. So you guys know that like once you give birth, before your milk comes in, there's like this nutrient rich type of, I don't know, milk, I guess, for lack of a better term, that comes out that you feed your baby on, called colostrum. So they were saying that it's your boobs preparing to breastfeed your baby later down the road, and it's, I guess, like the colostrum that's leaking out. But it's only like, I would say it's literally just like a droplet, but it'll happen every once in a while. But when it does happen, I can definitely feel it. So I thought that was just so fascinating. Again, something that I thought would start later on in pregnancy, and it's starting like now. So I just was not prepared for that. But like, even if I had a bra on, I mean, if I didn't have a bra on, it probably wouldn't leak through my shirt because it's just not enough. But maybe as time progresses, it will increase. I don't know. During week 19, I think I also felt her kick for the first time, or like move for the first time. I don't know where. No, I was actually here. I was at home, and I was just like sitting down with like my shirt up and my belly all poking out, because that's just how I usually just chill around the house. And I was just sitting, and like my stomach literally, I swear on everything, literally just like rumbled left to right. Like at first I never knew what to expect, I guess, when I thought that I felt her move. But that time it was very like definitive. It like literally just like rumbled ever so slightly, like left to right. So that was the first and the last time that ever happened. But I was just feeling just like little twinges and stuff that made me think that she was moving, but I wasn't quite sure. So I didn't really want to, I don't know, I didn't really want to jinx it. I just kind of thought that that's what it was. But again, I didn't really know what I was feeling for. So a lot of exciting things were happening in week 19. Another thing that I wasn't so sure of, 1 or 2 days out of the week in week 19, I woke up and my stomach was like, I really cannot explain it. It wasn't cramped, but it was like, I don't know, maybe like pulling, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, but in my baby app that week, it said that I might experience round ligament pains. I don't know if that's what it was, but it was described as like the ligaments in your inside your stomach stretching to accommodate your growing uterus. So it kind of seemed like that might have been what it was, but I'm not quite sure. But I was like in pain, and I didn't really want to move from one side to the other, which they said was kind of like a symptom of it. So I don't know, I could have possibly had round ligament pain, but again, don't really know what that feels like. But I did have like some, I guess like some sharp, I don't know, like pulling, I guess. All right, so now we are in week 20, which has been the most exciting week so far, because this week I really started feeling baby girl move like for real this time. So they always described her moving as like flutters, or just like, I don't know, they described it as weird movements, but I've never felt any flutters. My uterus is actually right here in the front, so like on the opposite side of my belly button is where not my uterus, my placenta, that's where my placenta is. So belly button, placenta, baby, that's where it is. So they said that I would feel it, you know, like much later, but I feel like full-blown kicks, and I know exactly what they feel like now. She's been kicking literally since Sunday morning. It was just non-stop. She was literally kicking all morning, and pretty much all day on Sunday, which I was surprised about, because they say that babies sleep, I want to say, for like 18 hours, and they're only active for like another 6. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but she was really active all day Sunday. And so going into Monday, I just was looking for those same kicks. It's actually like really nice and like really cute to, you know, be growing a baby and actually being able to feel her like grow and move inside of you. It definitely, I would say, helps create that bond between you and your baby. So yeah, it's like, you know that there's a child inside of you, but there's nothing to constantly remind you that you're pregnant. So I'm really excited that she started kicking this week, and I can't wait until her kicks are like much stronger and active, so that Henry can like feel it on the outside and really just like see it. I think that's going to be such a fascinating time that's just going to again bring us a little bit closer and allow us to really bond with our daughter. So I'm really excited about that. Just generally, cravings, I still don't really have any cravings. I kind of cut back on the pizza. I don't know if I told you guys that in the last video, but I was craving pizza in my first trimester, but after Papa John's messed up my order a few weeks ago, I haven't been getting it really since then. So I'm not really craving anything. Just kind of sticking to my regular diet and trying to incorporate a few more healthy items. Foods I'm missing, I'm definitely missing like having over easy eggs. You guys know I had just got on the bandwagon of having like over easy eggs before I found out I was pregnant, and I missed those. Like what I would give for a bacon, egg, and cheese right now with a runny egg. I swear on everything, I've missed that so much. I'm also missing coffee, caffeinated coffee. I know that I can have caffeine, but I still don't incorporate it too much throughout the day. So I've been getting decaf, and you can definitely taste the difference. I miss like having lunch meat and lunch meat sandwiches. Overall, I'm feeling great. This second trimester has been such a breeze, and like I said, this pregnancy has been going by so fast. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and checking out all the pregnancy symptoms that I've had from week 14 all the way up until week 20. I guess we'll do another one maybe in like 30 weeks, so that again I can build up some of the symptoms that I have and really give you guys a full video. Oh, but before we end the video, I forgot I have to show you guys a bump date, show you guys baby girl's progress right now. So here's baby girl from the front, and as you can see, I'm much more round now, much more defined than before. And here's a side view. So I think the biggest difference from what I look like before and what I look like now is before you could still see the indentation of my belly button, and now it's just a round old baby. And here is the other side. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in our next video. Peace.